I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kelly. We're back with another video. If you guys are new to the channel, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, guys. I would appreciate it. It's a free way to help me out, and I really want to grow this channel. If you can, hit subscribe. If you're into true crime stories, news, politics, and so much more, I think you would enjoy. And if you're a returning listener or subscriber, thank you so much for being a friend. And let's get right into it, guys. We're just going to dive right on in, head first, balls deep. Let's just talk about how the country and young people as a whole, we've all lost our fucking collective minds, okay? And anybody who's out there who's got an opinion that doesn't have to do with America and this country, you all are going to get shipped off. We're going to put you all on a barge somewhere and push you out into the ocean and let you handle your problems out there, because I'm tired of it, frankly. So let's get into it, guys, about all of the craziness from both sides of the Palestine-Israel debacle that has just seemed to overtake this country. And let's not forget, guys, because I think a lot of people have forgotten, there's still the Ukraine situation going on. We're still giving billions of dollars to those fuckers over there. And meanwhile, everyone's just like completely glazed over that and is too worried about this Middle Eastern shit show. And it just makes me wonder every single day, who's funding this? Who is pushing these people? Well, we're going to get into it. We're going to look at both sides, and we're going to talk about how they're both insufferable assholes, okay? So let's dive in. So I just want to start off with this, because if you don't think that this is being organized, if you don't think that this is being funded by someone somewhere, okay, there's calls to action that are occurring, which I would argue border on very suspicious, I would say. I'm not going to say illegal, because that's another thing that people are really getting on the verge of dangerous territory here, because we have a lot of people from the right who are screaming, and it's easy to have a knee-jerk reaction to shut these people down and shut these people up, which I don't believe we should do. But I think that there needs to be some guidelines. But this is the kind of shit that we're dealing with. This is the kind of shit that we're up against. And this is funded by someone. Okay. So it's a call to action. Urgent action items. Share widely. The students have occupied Hamilton. Here are some urgent action items. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys this video. Columbia University, an Ivy League university, one of the halls there has been overtaken by these Palestinian the rioters at this point. They have rioted, and they have done an insurrection, okay? I'm just going to say that. So at this point, it is illegal, because they've broken into a building and are now occupying a building, and that is out of control and out of line, and should absolutely be shut down with full force, and complete and utter law and order should be slammed down on all of their heads. It's one thing to protest, and I think that we should allow them to do that. 100%. This is something different, but this is what was posted on Instagram. This is an urgent call for mobilization. Read the following action items carefully if you can join us. 1. Join our picket happening outside the building. 2. Join the sit-in happening past the picket. We need numbers to hold down the sit-in. Defend the original camp. We still need numbers to defend our current lawn. Risk calculation. We understand that each individual has a different level of risk. Please read carefully to determine your specific level of risk and how you wish to participate. This is a highly dynamic situation, and there is no fixed level of risk. What we can offer is general ways to mitigate risk for everyone. Ways to mitigate risk. 1. Come and leave with a group of friends. 2. Bring a set of clothes to change into so you can avoid being tracked/surveyed. 3. Be as anonymous as possible. Mask up. Cover your head. Okay? Most importantly, consider the safety of not just you, but those around you. Remember, we keep us safe. So this is quite terrifying, actually. I mean, if something like this had been posted in the wake or ahead of January 6th, I mean, when I tell you, like, it would be a national emergency. We would have had, like, probably the military come in and like, take over. I don't even know what. This is absolutely ridiculous that these people are being treated differently. I mean, and I've made this point 100 times, but it just, I mean, I'm blown away every time when I see this. And let me just show you guys what exactly has taken place at Columbia. An Indian? What is it? The fuck is it? An Indian cry? Was that really? Was that? Hello? Free, free Palestine! This is so sick. Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Oh my god, these people are such a joke. We're gonna get into some of the, like, thinking behind these mental midgets, but let's look at some more. This doesn't seem legal. This doesn't seem like a protest. This doesn't seem like when it was the Capitol problem, you know. Hello? What's going on? They're like, we don't want to hear this. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, they took over a building at a private university, guys. This is terrorism. Hello. And I don't want to shut down any of these protests. I think these people should all shout until their voices are fucking gone. Okay? Let them scream till the fucking cows come home about Palestine. I could give a shit less. As long as they're not in the roadways blocking traffic or, you know, doing insurrections and taking over private universities. You know, it was such a fucking problem when they took it to the people's capital, which is where you're really, in my opinion, supposed to be protesting. Bring it to your government, not to these private institutions and people's private streets and private homes and neighborhoods and businesses. But this is fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. I didn't want to get this mad right away, but, like, my God. Look at this. Y'all are outnumbered, my guys. They're outnumbered. Where's the tear gas? We need tear gas. We need hoses. These are violent thugs. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. I mean, hello. Yeah, that's right. I mean, let's not forget, there were smoke bombs thrown at the people on January 6th who were being a lot more peaceful than these people were. Okay, where's that action at? Where? I mean, there's like, what is this, 15 cops to deal with this crowd of people? I mean, just, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. And if they need to be using all of the same techniques that they used on January 6th protesters, we need facial identification on all of these idiots. I mean, that just don't understand the meaning of a legal protest and this, whatever this behavior is. I don't know. I don't recognize it. I don't recognize it. And you'd swear we can't even get people to do this for their own countries, okay, and their own fucking freedoms. This, let's not forget, is for something that is going on thousands of miles away, that half of these people don't even know what it is that they're protesting about. They're just a bunch of collective sheep who are all there yelling in unison about something that they know nothing about. And that is the most tragic and ridiculous thing of it all. You couldn't get these people to go out in the streets and stand up to the tyranny that's going on here, okay? You couldn't. You couldn't. I mean, this is ridiculous. Columbia is, I mean, all these Ivy League universities, they're done. They're really fucking just done. They're all a joke at this point. They have been made a fool of. And you know, on one hand, it really is delicious to see all of these people have to, like, you know, turn on each other and just begin to devour each other. But on the other hand, I hate it. I literally cannot stand all of this energy these people give to foreign lands as opposed to their own, okay? That's what really pisses me off the most. You know, I could give a damn about these stupid fucking colleges and universities that weren't worth a damn anyways to begin with. And look at this dumb bitch. Ilhan Omar. In the last few weeks, a number of lawsuits have been filed by Palestinian and Arab students who feel threatened and discriminated against on college campuses. But you wouldn't know that if you watch CNN or Fox. This total indifference to what Muslim and Arab students and faculty are experiencing is heartbreaking, but not surprising. Oh, Ilhan, girl, where's your brother husband? Where is your brother husband? Why don't you go fuck your brother over it, okay? Because we don't need to hear from you, ma'am. We don't need to hear from you. Go back to Somalia, okay? Ilhan, stupid Omar, okay, girl. Really, it's the Arabs and the Muslims who are just, they're poor them. They're being discriminated against because it looks like they're pretty. Their voices are pretty strong. Looks like they're pretty deep in these universities, Miss Lady. But you wouldn't know anything about that because you're too busy jerking your brother off, okay? I don't know. Get your head out of there. And they're talking about, like, Jews are being turned away at schools. Like, listen, what the fuck? Whatever. I mean, why do you Jewish people want to go and get involved in all of that? You see what's going on, and they're being agitators as well. They're annoying me as well. Go back to Israel. Go back to the Middle East. All of you. Go away, all of you. All of you can go. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. I don't want either side. I don't care anymore. I'm just so over these people who would not give two fucks about this country if some shit were to go down. So I'm just done. And look at them throwing shit at the cops. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. Look at this. I mean, this is a war? Are we in the middle of a civil war? What's going on? The weapons. Tear gas. What's going on? Use what you got. This one needs to go right here. Yeah, beat his ass. Beat him. That's right. Who do you protect? Who do you protect? Who do you protect? Who do you protect?
We're back. Keep going.
So Columbia University was supposedly shut down, I thought, and they sent everybody home. They said they were going to do remote learning because of all of this bullshit. And yet here all of these students are still on campus, breaking into buildings, occupying those halls, and police are feckless fucktards, okay? They can't do anything about it. This is the strongest police presence y'all could muster up, okay? Let's get the National Guard in here. What's going on? What's happening? What is happening? Honestly, Hamilton Hall, look at this, trending, hanging their fucking foreign flags, okay? This is ridiculous. Look at this shit. What is this? What is this woke fucking word salad from the Palestinian youth movement? All power to students putting their bodies and livelihoods on the line. Okay, their bodies. Okay, anyways, I've seen some of those bodies. They're not anything to write home about, okay? Law enforcement is still not on the scene after rioters overtook the entire Hamilton Hall at Columbia University. Okay, and this is what's going on. Look at these terrorists. Yeah, all these people gotta go. Sorry, back to your countries with you. Every single one. Back to your fucking countries. But it's not just Columbia. It's happening all over the country. All universities are having some level of this going on. UT Austin was one of them. This is, I believe, yeah, this is in Texas. And Governor Abbott had a bunch of these people arrested. Now, I don't know the full scope of what they were doing. They seemed much more peaceful in a way than what was happening at Columbia and NYU and some of these other places. But, like, either way, I don't believe in arresting protesters for speech, okay? And I think that people need to get a hold of what's going on. And I think a good way that this can be achieved is by setting immediate guidelines and making those guidelines clear, okay? UT Austin, another one that got pepper sprayed. I mean, hey, you fuck around and you find out. You know, at least you're not in handcuffs, lady. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. What were you doing? I don't know the full scope of what was going on at UT Austin, but I do know that when you fuck around, you do often find out. So, this is what University of Florida passed out to all participating in the protest to on the grounds there on their campus. So, allowable activities: speech, expressing viewpoints, holding signs in hand. Prohibited items and activities: no amplified sound, no demonstrations inside buildings, no littering, no sleeping, no unmanned signs, no blocking ingress, egress, no building of structures, no camping, no disruption, no threats, no violence, no weapons, any other items and activities deemed to be non-compliant with policy and regulations by university officials. So it says consequences for non-compliance. Individuals found responsible for engaging in prohibited activities shall be trespassed from the campus. Students will receive a 3-year trespass and suspension. Employees will be trespassed and separated from employees. That means your ass is fired, okay? For those who don't understand that. And for the most part, Florida kept it pretty peaceful, okay? That should be the gold standard right there. You set a boundary. You know, this is what a society does typically, you know, a functioning one. What's acceptable and what's not. You set up those boundaries, and anyone who goes outside of those boundaries, well, you're gonna face the consequences. This is the type of person, okay, guys? This is what they are up to.
And what would you say is the main goal with tonight's protest?
I think the goal is just showing our support for Palestine and demanding that NYU stops. I honestly don't know all of what NYU is doing.
Is there something that NYU is doing?
I really don't know. I'm pretty sure they're... Do you know what NYU is doing? About what? About Israel. Why are we protesting here?
Palestine will be free!
I wish I was more educated. I'm not either. I come from Columbia. I was there up at Columbia, and we came down. They said NYU students needed our support. So I came down. I heard there's lots of cops. Some people were saying it was getting dangerous.
Aren't they just filled with so much virtue, guys? Aren't they just the better people? You know, morality. You're looking at it right in its liberal face right here. This is it, guys, right here. So this is your typical Palestine rioter, okay? Just coming out, somebody said, hey, come over here. We need your help. We need a body, you know, to stand in place. And, you know, we need to use you for our cause that you know nothing about, and you don't even know if you stand behind what it is you're doing there or not. You know, you're just there to fill a space, okay? You're taking up oxygen. You are a disgrace. I hope your mother or your father got a hold of you and really gave it to you whenever they saw this video, because you are a fucking idiot, ma'am. I mean, my God. So if it's not one thing, it's another. Dykes for Palestine. Okay. Joke's on you, lady, lesbo lady. Trans people for Palestine. Y'all, I can't. So I want to read this as well to you guys. Okay, so it says, these are Ivy League students with they/he pronouns, and yet they're woefully unaware of the fact that merely being gay in Gaza can amount to 10 years prison time. According to Human Rights Watch, I have little doubt that the vast majority of students chanting or Intifada, revolution, and from the river to the sea don't really understand what they're implying. In fact, when a Berkeley political science professor polled students about the chant from the river to the sea, he found that while 86% of the students said they supported the chant to some degree, just 47% of those supportive students were able to correctly name the river and the sea in question. The most popular incorrect rivers were the Nile and the Euphrates. My God. Hello. And the most common erroneous seas included the Atlantic. which is an ocean, the Dead Sea, which is a lake, and the Caribbean. Yeah, from the Caribbean to the Nile, Palestine will be free, guys. We all know it. We know you know the thing. You know the thing, okay?
Sounds corny. Not a joke. Think about it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
From the Caribbean to the Nile, okay? Let's know what we're talking about here, okay? Let's educate ourselves, and that's what it is. Those are the things, okay? So let's get into this little gay fucker right here and all of the, so if it's not, the brain dead morons who are ignorant of literally everything that they're out there being a part of, but if it's not the ignorant ones, okay, it's these type right here, and I just want to show you guys him because he deserves all the attention. So let's just give him the full airtime.
My name is Sasha Wakadaway. I'm one of the associate directors in the Center for Student Success and Intervention.
I'm Kamani James. I use he, she, they pronouns.
Absolutely fucking not.
Zionists in my
Absolutely
DM wanting to meet up and fight. I don't fight to injure or for there to be a winner or a loser. I fight to kill. See y'all in New York, January 2024.
Girl, what?
So that's specifically what we're going to be discussing today. Do you see why that's problematic in any way?
No.
Do you think that there's a serious weight in taking someone else's life?
I think there is a serious weight in taking someone's life. And at the same time, I think that taking someone's life in certain case scenarios is necessary and better for the overall world. And so I personally have never killed anyone. Thank the Lord that no one has put me in that position.
Do not mention him. Don't mention my Lord. No.
When Hitler died, the world rejoiced.
Not you, though.
Everyone looks back at that time period and said that Hitler needed to die because he was exacting an immense amount of harm against the world. And so, just like that, during the Haitian Revolution, their Haitian slaves had to kill their masters in order to gain their independence. And these were masters who were white supremacists. What is a Zionist? A white supremacist.
They're not white.
And so,
calm down.
Let's be very clear here.
Jews are
I'm
not
not
white.
saying that I'm gonna go out and start killing Zionists.
Oh, sounds like
what I'm
that's what they're
saying is that if an individual who identifies as a Zionist threatens my physical safety in person,
then what?
i.e. puts their hands on me, I'm going to defend myself. And in that case scenario, it may come to a point where I don't know when to stop.
Well, you are an animal, so makes sense.
Does that make sense?
What?
I understand what you're saying.
There should not be Zionists anywhere.
There should not be
Zionists
you anywhere.
Are Nazis.
For my
What?
identity as a black queer woman in New York City, obviously, if I'm on the train and I'm sexually assaulted or harassed in some way, like I may turn around and slap somebody, right?
Okay.
And saying that versus saying that, you fight to kill. And you made a comment earlier where you stated that you may not know your own strength behind.
No, that's not what he said. Get it right, bitch.
You may not have the resistance to stop. Right, that is kind of like what I'm taking from what you were sharing.
This whole anything less than an immediate disavowal and conversation cut off. All of this entertaining of this conversation from the jump is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's just laughable. For them to be like, yeah, I understand your point, but do you see how saying that you want to kill Zionists can be a little bit harmful? Bitch, what? He just said he was going to want to kill people. Basically making veiled threats, okay? And, that's wrong. Full fucking stop. Full stop. I don't give a fuck what your cause is. Okay, self-defense is one thing. This is not what he's talking about. He's talking about, waiting for somebody to come at him the wrong way so that he can use that as a blanket to cover himself and to use that as an excuse to kill that person, okay? He's talking about fucking murder, honestly, right now. And trying to say that Zionists are Nazis, let's be fucking so for real, okay? Zionists are Zionists, okay? They suck. I don't like Zionists any more than you do. If you're a Zionist, go to Israel. That's what I say to you. Other than that, I have no issues with you. I have issues with Zionists in America trying to make policy changes to benefit Israel. Other than that, I have no issues with Zionists. Y'all mind your business and I'll mind mine. You know, nobody deserves to be killed. And people who talk about murdering people or people who fantasize murdering people don't need to be spoken to with a quiet, calm, respectful voice. No. That's when you hang up the Zoom call and you're done. You're fucking done.
It could get to that point.
Okay, both of them have taken a break, everyone. So,
you know what?
These are two black women. I just wanted to throw that out there. So
and?
I'm not too keen on going too, but
really?
yeah, these are two black women in the meeting, just in case y'all couldn't tell already. But these are two black women. The meeting's a joke.
You're a joke.
They definitely were hoping that I was gonna walk back the I fight to kill. Your initial letter from your office mentioned that this meeting will determine if it needs to reach or go to a disciplinary hearing. Is that correct?
You need to go to prison.
And so that's what I'll be being notified about in 24 to 48 hours.
I mean, where's the FBI?
That, and it can also be that we need additional information. All of our letters are standard, so it depends on kind of like everything that you disclose to us.
Where is the FBI? Where is the CIA? Where are the police? Okay? I mean, what? I would just really love to know what this person, what his problem is with Israel and Zionists. I mean, because I know what mine is, but I want to know what his position is, because I would guarantee that this is a person who hates America. You know, he's already talked about white supremacy and all this other bullshit. So, like, what is your actual problem with Zionists and Jews and Israel? You know, do tell. Pray tell, because you seem very angry. I think you're just a racist piece of shit. Faggot, okay? Sorry, I'm gonna say it. You know, that you need to go back to, we can ship you back to Africa or Haiti or whatever you came from. I'm talking about Haitians, you know, had to start a revolution. Haitians are over there eating each other, okay? They're eating wieners off of people dying in the streets, okay? So don't talk to me about Haiti, okay? Please, save it for someone who cares.
They're Nazis. They're fascists. They're supporters of genocide. Why would we want people who are supporters of genocide to live?
What?
I'm confused. Someone in the chat right now. Should people who are supporters of genocide, should Zionists, aka Nazis, white supremacists, should they live? Should they live?
Should you? Should you? I'll turn it right back around on you. Uno reverse, motherfucker. Should you live? I don't know. If you go to Gaza, they'll probably say no. I just want you to know that. Okay? Go move your ass over there and see what happens to you. So it's funny how he was talking about how, like, he wasn't going to walk back his thing and he was, like, standing on business, you know. He came out and said he was unusually upset and misspoke in the heat of the moment. Well, you know, I think you're full of shit, and I don't believe that that's true, any of it at all. So, And he went on to say, I affirm the sanctity of all life and the movement for liberation. All people deserve to be safe from physical harm. Oh, is that right? Is that right? Because it's just not what you were saying. And it's not like all these comments were made in the heat of the moment. No, sir. Because you said them one day online on Twitter, and then days later, when you were called into a disciplinary hearing, you stood on business, sir. So continue to stand on it, please. You've chosen that bed. Now go fucking lie in it, okay? And go to sleep for a very long time, because no one wants to hear from you anymore. He also has made comments, anti-white comments, saying, look at this, y'all. He said he hates white people.
Our next speaker is Kaimani James.
Hello, everyone. It's Kamani James. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about bigotry and whatever the hell I just heard. My people for years have been feeling that. Black people, first and foremost. Anyways, my name's Kamani James, resident of Brighton. I'm here to discuss the recent resignations of Lorna Rivera and Alexandra Oliver Davila. Let me start by saying that I cannot believe we even have to have this conversation in 2021. This is pathetic. And white people, both politicians and otherwise, should be disgusted with themselves. They even called for these two Latina women to be reprimanded and their character smeared, all because they expressed their feelings towards the racism and hurtful remarks they receive from white people. Saying I hate white people is not racist, period. Is it prejudice? Yes. Racist? No. In order for white people to experience racism, they'd have to have socialized power structures against them, which they don't. White people are the creators of those socialized power structures, and they're specifically designed to oppress Black people and keep them from making their way into positions of power, let alone create change. To scream reverse racism is ignorant as hell and only exemplifies how you lack the metacognitive skills and basic common sense to understand racism and power dynamics in American society. This is not an oppression Olympics. It is clear as day that white people are the problem in a lot of cases in society. It is not on Black people to fix these issues, but on white people. Y'all are the ones who need to earn people's trust and do better. Y'all do everything you can to suppress Black people and then look confused when you hear I hate white people. To the school committee, stop saying that the white community is in pain. My community's been in pain for way longer. How are you upset about the honest truth? So many of y'all can't even stand Black folk, i.e. Anissa Asabi George, who's trying to take bike activities away from Black children. Again, if you're racist, white people, then just say I'm racist.
What?
And to end, I too hate white people.
What? No reaction?
Next speaker.
Next speaker. This is what I just is so rich to me. These fucking people, just going about their fucking business when people just spit the most disgusting vitriol out of their fucking mouths, and you can continue on with the meeting without blinking an eye. I mean, just not even addressing what was just said in the least. Okay, how ridiculous are you people? Okay, you see this at city council meetings, just like the one we covered not too long ago with the other crazy kook who got arrested for making terroristic threats. This man, I don't know what's wrong with him. He hates white people. We hate you too, you fucking loser. You absolute racist, garbage human being. You need to be in prison. That's where you'd be happiest, so you can get butt fucked every day. And I'm sorry, I'm being very vulgar in this video, but I just really can't. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Again, I don't care. Either side, both sides can get it. And people, Americans who are standing up for it, y'all can also go. We need to build a barge, okay? Or an ark, Noah's Ark style situation, and put them all out in the middle of the ocean. I'm done with them. Let's ship them to Antarctica. I don't care where they go. Get out. Get out of my face. I'm sick of this victimhood mentality. These people who don't know what they're talking about. He just spewed more word salad that, talking fast doesn't make you sound smart, okay? You sound like an ignorant fool, okay? Just ridiculous behavior. And this was actually fitting right here. Yeah. Well, okay. And look at this at Harvard, okay? All these people who are praying to a God they know nothing about.
Encampments can continue to make demands of the administration, to make sure that they're physically protected, right? We saw what the police did in Emerson a couple days ago, what they did in Emory.
Absolutely not. Just absolutely not. It's not conducive to the West. It's not conducive to America. It's one thing if you want to stay in your mosques and go about minding your business like regular people do. But the second you try to bring this to people's face and rub it in people's face and try to make it a thing, like a public call to prayer on American college campuses, no, you're done. You're done here. So last thing we're going to look at and show you guys is this video from Megyn Kelly's show. She had a really good discussion with Heather McDonald, who is kind of based for an old white lady. I'm not going to lie. She's got some super hot takes and not even being funny. But, you know, this was an interesting conversation about the debate on these idiot college students, okay, and how brain dead they are and how they really don't know anything about anything.
They've been using the term Selma envy to describe a lot of these students, right? They're just so desperate to be part of something that matters, and they missed that particular movement. And so now they're finding something else and falsely trying to compare themselves to people who actually did suffer and didn't endure a lot in order to change this country by claiming they're on a hunger strike when really they're ordering sushi to their George Soros funded tent, by claiming, you know, woe is me while they're sneaking off for a little salsa dancing, by, as Ilhan Omar's daughter who went to Barnard, she goes there now, was suspended in connection with one of these protests, calling herself now homeless because she got suspended temporarily, and saying she was the victim of a chemical weapons attack, Heather, because one of the students sprayed a gas, meaning fart spray, on campus that is non-toxic. It says so on the bottle. And she, without mentioning that's what happened, just goes on MSNBC and says, I was the victim of a chemical weapons attack. Sure you were, Isra, whatever her name is.
I mean, we're basically putting a target on our backs and saying, come and invade. I mean, this is such a decadent society. We do not have martial virtues anymore. I wish I could send these people into combat. Obviously, nobody wants to be at war, but these are people who are living a fiction and are completely soft. We have lost any sense of realism and martial virtues. It is completely pathetic, but it all comes to, I remember in the 1990s, you would have faculty writing op-eds in the New York Times saying, oh, where's the student protest? No, you know what? Here's the only thing you're obliged to do and should do on a college campus is learn, shut up and learn some history. Shut up and learn some chemistry. Shut up and learn some literature. Listen to Mozart, listen to Brahms, listen to Chopin, study Tiepolo, study John Milton, study the periodic table. You have 4 years to confront and absorb the greatness of people who went before you, who make you look like pygmies. You should really not be heard. We don't care what you think. Conservatives make the mistake of saying, oh, well, college is all about debate and free speech and critical thinking. Yeah, I'm a little less enamored of that concept. What it should be really about is cramming as much knowledge into the empty noggins of these pathetic crybabies as is possible in 4 years. And then if you want to go out after college and debate whether Trump is a fascist or how many sex organs we should lop off of adolescents today, that's fine. But right now, you should be devoted to one thing, and that is overcoming your embarrassing ignorance about the world and your place in it. It is so ridiculous. Again, it is coded. They're doing this because they're in a college campus and time is running out. The school year's ending. What will they do when they don't have the bureaucrats to go around handing them out little cookies and saying, well, we're going to negotiate. You can pretend like you're hostages and we're negotiating with you and you're in danger. They'll be thrown out into the real world and there'll be nobody to negotiate with. Now they've got this bunting. They're like little babies swaddled by all of the DEI bureaucrats and the student services bureaucrats and the vice presidents of first gen students. And it's a marvelous, they are codependent addicts. They're addicted to melodrama and to fiction because they are living in fictional worlds. They are not oppressed in America. They have more freedom than has ever been experienced in all of human history. And yet they live in a world that perversely celebrates victimhood. By self-acclamation, they know nothing. Let's give them a map with all of the countries' names wiped out, and let's see if they can even find Gaza on a map, much less Jordan, the Golan Heights, Syria, Iran. Cannot do it. This is completely as much of a social contagion as the trans thing is. It is adolescents striving to have power over adults, whether it's claiming that you've been misgendered and so you can crush an adult under your thumb, or claiming that you are in solidarity with Palestine and therefore are yourself somehow a victim. So at this point, they're coming, the left is coming for the Jews, and you have this mass hysteria celebrating Hamas. But the next step, and what we've been seeing for decades now on college campuses, is to tear down Western civilization itself, whether that's with regards to standards of excellence in medicine, in science, in mathematicians, in math, whether it's regards to criminal law and expectations of lawful behavior. The West is in a suicide mode right now. That is one of self-loathing, and this is the absolute perfect product of the university. It's not a mistake. It's a feature, not a bug.
We saw that at Columbia and elsewhere, where the faculty are just as into the problem as the students are. One other for you. This is a soundbite from Barnard, which is right next to Columbia, where they're marching the faculty for no suspensions. They don't want any suspensions even of these students. Look at this, SOT 6.
No suspensions! Now! What do we want? No suspensions! Now!
Hey, that chant is stupid on its face. First of all, what do we want? No suspensions. And when do we want it now? So it's a call to action to take no action. It's a call to no action. Okay, got it.
Okay, so wait, there's so much to get to, but I want to show this. We're on the subject of the salsa and the sushi and the fake chemical weapons attacks, and how none of these people is really a victim at these $85,000 a year schools. I bring you the dance. Heather, they've taken to dancing to express, I guess, their outrage over the Jews. I'm not exactly sure, but take a look.
Oh, this is my favorite right here. What is this? Girl, I better not ever see this in my life. I mean, hello. Bitch, okay. You know.
That's the last one's the best. By the way, we got those on X from.
They need to be expelled just for that, whatever, ribbon dance. I don't even know.
Via Catch and Ollie London.
Prison.
But, nothing says I'm really outraged at all the killing like a little interpretive dance.
That's right. That's so right. She's got a point. So I would go and watch this episode with Heather McDonald. She's a very based lady, okay? So, again, all of these people are ridiculous. There was Jews faking also crimes, oh, speaking of Jews faking crimes, just kidding. That's for another video. Yeah. Jewish Yale student says pro-Palestinian protester assaulted her. Here's why she feels targeted. And she talks about how she got poked in the eye. Or, I'm sorry, stabbed is the word she used. She was stabbed in the eye by a flag. And if you go and watch the video, it's just all ridiculous, okay? It just really is. I'm not even going to show you guys this because just take my word for it, okay? These Jews, they're going and they're putting themselves in the faces of these agitators. They're becoming agitators themselves when they should probably just stay the fuck away from it, You don't see America First people going out there and trying to stir up all of these lunatics, okay? Just read the room, okay? Maybe don't go over there with an Israel flag trying to stir people up and make yourself into a target and into a victim. I don't know. That's just an idea. Don't take my advice, though. But this is what happens. I mean, you have the counter protesters who are now getting stabbed in the eye with flags and going and crying about it because they're victims, too. Let's not forget. So I'm done with everybody. Literally, I'm seriously done with everybody. And I could care less about any of their bullshit causes. They either go to class and shut the fuck up or go to the barge, go to the Ark. We're going to ship you out on the next business day, okay? You're going, get out of here. We're done. But I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Please let me know in the comments and like the video if you guys liked it. Are you as fed up as I am? I'm sorry if I cursed a lot in this video. Please forgive me. But this really just makes me mad because, again, what pisses me off the most is not the protesting. It's not the difference of opinion. I don't care about any of that. We can all coexist as long as we're putting America first. That is my whole thing. Okay, because if you're not ready and willing to fight for this country more than any other, and you're living here, then you don't need to live here. Okay, and if you're not worried about the problems that we're facing in this country, I don't want to hear a peep out of you in regards to another country. Okay, take it over there. Go fight in that land. If you're worried about Ukraine, go to Ukraine. If you're worried about Israel, go to Israel. If you're worried about Gaza, go to Gaza. Okay. I don't want to hear it. I'm done. But what do you guys think? Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this, guys. And yeah, if you want, I would really appreciate it. And it's a free way to help me out. So I love you guys. Thank y'all so much. And let's just have a little peace, okay? Let's have a little woosah moment because we all need it, I think. And until next time, I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Can we just quit now? Not until we sing Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. Oh, Lord.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.